Hi everyone, today I'm back with another video. Today we are making coconut chutney with aloo batata idli. For this we have to take 1 cup of suji, 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 cup of curd as well. We have to mix it all really properly. Make sure to remember that suji is a great absorbent. It will actually absorb the moisture out of anything you're mixing it with. So you may add a little water if necessary while mixing. Keep it away for 15 minutes. After that, in a pan take 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil, following it with 1 tablespoon of raayi, a few curry leaves, and we have to mix it all and cook it all well. Take 1 tablespoon of urad and malka dal each, following with little cashews in the end. I have taken 1 to 2 green chillies chopped and mixing and cooking it all well. You know your mixture is done cooking when once your dal started changing its color to golden brown. Bringing back our Suji mixture, we have to put it all into this really nicely, and then we have to mix it all really well with the help of water. As I've already told you, Suji makes it hard to mix everything well. We have to keep adding water into it until it is easier to actually mix it all. When around it is of this consistency, it's done. We have to keep it aside for at least 15 minutes more now. Now for aloo tikki mixture, we are again taking 2 tablespoons of oil and 2 tablespoons of raayi with 1 tablespoon of jeera and few curry leaves. I have taken 3 to 4 tablespoons of ginger, garlic and green chilli paste. Cook it until the raw smell of ginger garlic goes away. Putting 1/4 tablespoon of haldi, continuing with around 2 boiled potatoes mashed into it. Now we have to mix and cook it all nicely. Make sure to mix and mash it, as we don't want any kind of lumps into our tikki later. As you may have seen, I am putting little water in between, as it makes the process easier, as it makes it easier to mix and cook and to mash all the lumps in it. This is a recipe which requires your patience. It is a little longer, but in the end it is all worth it. You have to make the potatoes really nicely and patiently, and you have to avoid all kind of lumps and mash it all while cooking it. Now I'm taking this mixture and I'm gonna put it into another bowl, just for the purpose of cooling it down before we have to make the tikki, so that it will be easier, of course. Spreading it all nicely to avoid getting my hand burned later. Now we have to take 1 scoop of tablespoon and we have to shape it into a nice round beautiful tikki, as I am making it. Just like this one, we have to make tikki out of all the mixture we just cooked, and it is up to you. You can make it even smaller than this. I have made a little bigger than I think I should have, but it worked fine for me. If it's your first time and you have never made it before, I suggest you to make it a little smaller, as it will be easier to handle later. It also kind of depends upon how big your mold is in which you make idli, so it's completely up to you. And here we are done with all the tikkis, and look how nicely they are done. After that, it is very important step to actually coat your idli maker with oil or ghee, as it avoids the tikki to actually stick into it, the idli to stick into it later. Now bringing back our Suji mixture, putting a little water into it because it has again absorbed a little, while we kept it aside for 15 minutes, and then we have to mix it until it comes up to at least this kind of consistency. Now I'm gonna put this mixture into the mold, but make sure that you just have to fill it to only 1/3 of the total capacity. Make sure do not put much into it. If you are putting with the help of a spoon, I'll suggest one big tablespoon will be enough, because then see how we have to put the tikki over it. Once done with the tikki, we have to again coat it with the mixture, of course, and we have to spread it, evenly and nicely all over it. You know how if you would have made, I would have made the tikki smaller, it might have been easier to coat it all, to put it into the batter. But I have taken my chances to make it bigger, as I like it more stuffed. But to avoid the same, you have to make it a little smaller, and then you have to continue with the same process, exactly the same. Fill out all the molds just like that, starting with 1 big tablespoon of this batter, and then you have to put the tikki over it, and then you have to cover it all really nicely. Showing you all the steps here to avoid any kind of confusion, as if you won't cover it nicely, the tikki, this won't come up that nicely. Neither will your idli be that fluffy or stuffed properly. It's also easier if you put the batter with the help of a spoon instead of the karchi. I was trying in the beginning, but then when you try to coat it up, it's way easier with the help of spoon. For steam purposes, I have taken 3 to 4 cups of water. Once start boiling, I'm putting the idli maker into it for about 20 minutes. Now for our coconut chutney, I shit you not, we need coconut, of course. Grated at least this much for a big bowl. Now in this grinder, we need 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 green chilies and 1 inch of garlic, 1 tablespoon of urad and malka. Then with the help of water, we have to grind it. For tadka, we need 2 tablespoon of oil, 2 tablespoon of raayi, a few curry leaves, and 2 tablespoon of urad and malka each. I am taking 2 red chilies and I am breaking it like how you can see it, and then we have to cook it all well. While making something like this, it is just very important to see how your chilies and how your pulses are changing color. It's only done once it is all golden brown. Now our grinded chutney is back. You can add or reduce water to how much thick or thin you need it, and then you have to put the tadka into it. Make sure to mix it all immediately when the tadka is really hot, because that is how it will get all the flavor from it. And with the chutney, we are done. Our idlis are steamed up nice for past 20 minutes. We just have to now, take it out from the mold so that we could serve it nice and hot. So I am taking extra care here because I have made my idlis big and basically very stuffed, and I have to make sure that I don't break it while taking it out because I have not put much oil into the mold so that it won't stick. If you are really scared of that you might affect the shape of your idli, you may put you may spray or you may coat it with more amount of oil, and there it's done. We have taken it all out. Just see how it looks from inside, all stuffed and tasty. Eat it with your chutney and let me know how it was. Enjoy.